Hello, Marianne here working for Kingston Libraries, and today I'm here with a craft for our Eco Festival. So if you don't know about the Eco Festival, look on the link in the description, so you will have access to the whole program. We have some very awesome events that have already happened and some that will happen this week, so have a look, and yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. So this whole Eco Festival was originally supposed to happen physically in our libraries in April, that we had to cancel due to the COVID-19 outbreak. So now we are offering smaller digital version, but interesting nonetheless. Today I'm going to teach you how to make Tawashi sponges. So one big thing with ecology and reducing our impact on nature will be to reduce our waste immensely. So you have lots and lots of solutions, from solid shampoo to reduce the shampoo bottles to everything. Really, everything can be made, or almost everything can be made in a way that is reusable, and to stop impacting on our waste volume. So today it's just a really simple craft to make a reusable sponge from everyday item you have in your house. These are made from socks, washed of course, old socks that are not wearable anymore, and you can just pop them in the washing machine. Once you have used them, you can use them to wash your dishes, to wash your car, to wash your table, whatever you want, and then you just pop them in the washing machine and they will come out as new. So I have one that is really loose that you can use for anything, and one that has a little bit more of a shape, a little bit more solid. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how to do that, and hopefully you will either make your own sponge and stop buying sponges and throwing them away when you don't use them, or maybe look on the internet for tons and tons of tutorials on how to make everyday items reusable. So yeah, hopefully together we can reduce our waste just a little bit. So on to the craft now. So to make your own Tawashi sponge, what you will need is, first, to make the Tawashi board you will need 15 nails and a piece of wood. Here I used a cutting board, but it can be any old piece of wood that you have somewhere. You need old socks, so please pre-wash them, obviously. You will need a pair of scissors, and you will need a hammer to make your Tawashi board. About the Tawashi board, that's going to be the most annoying part, but once you've done it, you can reuse it as many times as you want to make as many Tawashi sponges as you want, so it's always a nice thing to have around. What you will need is to take your 15 nails and plant them equally distant. So on a square of 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters, you will need to have them spaced by 2 centimeters each, 5 on each side, and keep a 3 centimeters distance from the corners of the square. So yeah, just look at this picture, it should be quite straightforward to explain. On to the Tawashi itself. So really easy, you just take your socks and you cut little rings of them. From them you will need 10 rings in total. The larger the rings are, the thicker the sponge will be. You can use just one sock to make one Tawashi board, or you can decide to mix them up if you want a mix of colors. Well, it's not made to be really aesthetic, but you can still have a little bit of a fun with it. Don't worry about all the fuzzy parts that are still attached to the rings. That's going to go away as soon as you put them on the board. Then you take your board and you just put your rings on one side first. So you put your 5 rings and you attach them to the nail. So just be a little bit careful with the nails to not like scratch your fingers. Well, I never had any problems, but just be careful. And then you're going to weave them on the other side, so above, under, and the contrary on the next one, like in the video. So you alternate above, under, and you do that with all the 5 rings on the other side. Once it's done, so you see I'm hesitating here a little bit, you just take one of the loops and you pass the next loop into it, and that will give you another loop, and you can finish your Tawashi sponge like that. So you go all the way around. And at the end you take the last one, you take it a little bit more, and then you just tie a knot. And that will allow you to have like a little handle if you want to put it on anything, like a cupboard door or something like that. You can just hang it there. If you want to have something a little bit thicker, instead of doing above, under, you can also put it through each individual strands, and that will give you a thicker sponge. So yeah, thanks for watching, and now enjoy washing your dishes. Yay!